Spiraling out from the galactic central core, the Votan have come to this blasted planet to uncover the secrets of its censure. The Dark Angels would rather keep that secret to themselves and will brook no interference in their business. Will the Dark Angels repel the Votan and keep their mysteries to themselves? Or will their efforts fall short in the face of Votan aggression? Find out next in this 40K in 40 minutes. Greetings 40K fans, JT the Voice here, and I get to be new codex boy today as the Leagues of Votan have arrived. Space Marine Steve brings his Inner Circle companions to take on my Brandfast Oathband in what has all the makings of a classic grudgeon.
Hey everybody, JT here with the new Votan codex. The Votan have gone through a massive change. They've gone from judgment to something called yield points now. Depending on how you want to play the game, you can manipulate your yield points to be more aggressive or to be more defensive. It's a really interesting mechanic that rewards some late game planning and thinking and spending those yield points on specific abilities and stratagems to make your units better.
JT's Leagues of Votan Brandfast Oathband consists of the new Memnyr Strategist, the new Arkanist Evaluator, a Kahl as his Warlord, Einhyr champion Eugen Bossheart, and the new Buri Aegnirssen, the Thrice Devoured. He's got a Kapricus Carrier and a Sagitaur as his transports, a Hekaton land fortress, 10 Yaergirs, 3 Ironkin Steeljacks, those are some of the new models, 2 Cthonian Earthshakers, the new artillery pieces, 3 Thunderkyn, 5 Hearthguard with the fists, 5 Hearthguard with the plasma blades, and 5 Cthonian Berszerks.
The detachment that I've chosen to play today to highlight is the Brandfast Oathband. This is a transport-heavy detachment, and it's got one of the simplest rules that I've ever read. If you're wholly within 6 inches of a transport, your units or your infantry gets sustained hits 1.
Inside the mighty Hekaton, the Memnyr Strategist, the Ironkin Steeljacks, the Thunderkyn, and the Arkanist Evaluator can all squeeze in. Inside the Sagitaur are the Cthonian Berszerks. In the Kapricus Carrier, it will split the Yaergirs, so 5 of them will be in the Kapricus and 5 will start on the board. In reserves will be both units of Hearthguard, as both are capable of deep striking.
Hey everybody, this is Space Marine Steve here at Play on Tabletop. I am so very excited to be here in the studio today. So I'm bringing a pretty simple Dark Angels list for today's game.
Steve Dark Angel's Inner Circle Task Force consists of Azrael as his Warlord, a Blade Guard Ancient, a Captain in Terminator armor, and a Justiciar. He's got a 10-man Intercessor squad, a Drop Pod, 6 Blade Guard Vets and 3 Blade Guard Vets, 5 Deathwing Terminators, 3 Inceptors, 5 Infiltrators, 3 Inner Circle Companions, and a Redemptor Dreadnought. The Inceptors are going to be in reserve, and inside the drop pod will be Azrael and the Intercessors.
I'm really excited for this. Dark Angels, mostly on foot. This is going to be tough. Who's going to have the better Terminators?
As I said before, this is one of my most favorite times in the hobby when you get to test new things out and try brand new things that have come out, especially when they're all attached to these gorgeous new models. I don't know what to be afraid of. I don't know what to watch out for. This is a game of discovery. So let's see how it goes.
Today's primary mission is Linchpin. From the second battle round onwards, at the end of the command phase, or the end of your turn if it's the 5th battle round and you're going second, if the player whose turn it is controls the objective marker in their deployment zone, they'll score 3 victory points for that objective marker and 5 victory points for each other objective marker they control, up to 15 victory points per turn and 50 for the game. However, if they do not control their home objective, those other objectives will only be worth a maximum of 3 points each, again, to a max of 15 points and 50 for the game. In Linchpin, holding your home objective is key.
I'm excited to discuss the new book a lot with JT. Talking about Warhammer is as much as part of the game as playing Warhammer, and JT and I could talk about Warhammer forever, and I'm sure that there will come a time throughout today that we will talk about this book's shortcomings.
Who's going to win? I have a short chance in this fight. It's a tall order for me to fight the Dark Angels. Can I throw more short jokes out there and own them myself? I'm not sure. I need more beards on my models, I know that much.
So I'm gonna put a squad of infiltrators.
Steve's choosing to deploy first here. We're both gonna be playing tactical secondaries. Neither one of us has a lot of drops, so going first, I don't know if it really makes a difference.
I'm going to drop my Hekaton Land Fortress.
For 1 command point, it can actually drive through buildings, which is kind of cool.
I'm gonna put the Dreadnought right here.
Oh, Dreadnought.
Cthonian Berszerks inside the Sagitaur on the line on the far right of my deployment zone, far left for your screen.
Squad of Inner Circle Companions. You're gonna be right in here, and they're joined by a Judiciar.
Earthshakers on my home objective. Deathwing Terminators with Terminator Captain right at the front of the deployment zone near the top. Steve has no choice but to deploy them as he's got so many points in reserve already, and we're playing at 1,500. Half of the Yaergirs infiltrating just outside of that no man's land objective.
Squad of 3 Blade Guard veterans behind this piece of terrain right here.
Excellent, Smithers. So I'm going to put my Kapricus with the Yaergirs in behind the Berserkers.
And the Blade Guard ×6 with the Ancient are at the bottom of the map behind that Votan terrain piece, just at the far right edge of his deployment zone.
Buri Aegnirssen. Wow. There's not a lot on the board, Steve.
No, there's not a lot on the board.
I could get tabled before my stuff gets here.
You could, as could I.
The Votan have a lot of guns, and the Dark Angels have a lot of knives. Is slow gun gonna be better than fast knife? We're about to find out.
Are you ready to roll the seed goes first, sir?
Looks like JT is going first. Turn 1 for the Votan. This episode is brought to you by Adept Roll, the 40k Math Hammer app. Ever wondered if that Overwatch is worth it? Or if spending a command point on a stratagem will make or break the difference between wiping a unit and leaving it on one model? Or maybe even, is this split fire to victory or defeat? Well, wonder no more. Adept Roll is your go-to Math Hammer app for answering all these questions and more. With it, you can calculate everything you can ask and instantly see the results of hits, misses, damage, failed saves, failed wounds, and so much more. You can create multiple weapons per attacker, like using special rules and modifiers, lethal sustained hits, devastating wounds, plus/minus to hit wound, rerolls, auto hits, even blast, twin linked, and anti-X. Plus, you can add defender rules and modifiers, like -1 damage and feel no pain. Adept Roll works by simulating thousands of dice rolls to determine the average outcome. During a game, your attacking units attack an enemy maybe once or twice over the course of the entire game. Adept Roll simulates this attack sequence in full thousands of times. The results are stored and the average is determined from this set of data. Plus, they have a new summary tab so you can get a high-level look at just the statistics, or you can even have a text summary of that same information to help it make more sense. Save your profiles of your favorite units or most hated foes and have the tactical edge at your fingertips. So if you want to know what the chances of that split fire succeeding or if that Overwatch is worth it, you should be using Adept Roll. Download your copy wherever you get your apps from today.
Well, I got turn 1, and I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do. And both of us have pretty small forces. I've got some tricks up my sleeve, though, so we'll see what happens here.
Bring it down, an overwhelming force are drawn. 1 yield point gained here, putting me in hostile acquisition for my prioritized efficiency. This is the new mechanic for the Votan, yield points. Votan use a mechanic called prioritized efficiency. At the start of the battle, the units have the hostile acquisition traits until the start of the next command phase. At the end of the player's command phase, if there are fewer than 7 yield points gained, the units will stay in hostile acquisition until the start of their next command phase. However, at the end of any command phase, if they have more than 7 yield points, the units will have fortified takeover until the start of their next command phase. The two stances, hostile acquisition and fortified takeover, are as follows. Each time a model in this unit makes an attack that targets an enemy unit within range of 1 or more objective markers, add 1 to the hit roll, and reroll advance and charge rolls made for the units when they're in hostile acquisition. Once fortified takeover takes over, each time a model in the unit makes an attack that targets an enemy unit, if this unit is within range of 1 or more objective markers they control, add 1 to the hit roll. And each time an attack targets this unit, if the strength characteristic of that attack is greater than this unit's toughness characteristic, and the unit's not a vehicle, subtract 1 from the wound roll. Yield points are gained by holding objectives and by certain character actions and certain detachments in destroying enemies. It gives you the option to be more aggressive when you wish to, or more defensive if you need to. Let's see how that plays out.
Sagitaur sliding laterally
Hekaton Land Fortress forward towards the center, staying off of the objective. Kapricus Carrier up behind the Hekaton Land Fort. Earthshakers shuffling a little on the home objective.
So that means Buri Aegnirssen will advance.
Buri Aegnirssen advancing back towards the home objective, making the first turn drop pod really think twice about going after a character that can not only shrug a ton of wounds, but stand back up.
Yaergirs in the top, gonna scooch.
Yaergirs at the bottom of the map, shuffling around the ruins and objective.
So the Broker Thunderkyn are gonna disembark from the Hekaton Land Fortress.
Thunderkyn hop out of the Hekaton and line up some shots. Arkanist Evaluator also disembarks with its lone op ability.
So let's do some shooting. Kapricus Carrier is going to fire a cross table at those Blade Guard. The Kapricus Carrier has a Magnet Coil autocannon and a Twin Leg Magnet Coil autocannon.
I love that.
Kapricus Carrier now, firing into the Blade Guard, kills one veteran. Brandfast Oathband gives any infantry firing wholly within 6 inches of a transport sustained hits 1. That means those Thunderkyn not only will get lethal hits on 4s, but sustained hits on 4s because their target is over 12 and they're using conversion beamers. Steve using his rights of battle to Armor of Contempt for 0 command points thanks to the Terminator Captain.
4s are lethal and sustained. So T5.
No damage, however, cover is stripped from the Terminators.
Sagitaur Missile Launcher and the Focused Missile Launcher into that unit. So into the same Terminator unit.
Sagitaur now completely whiffs into the Terminators.
Arkanist Evaluator gets to shoot.
Oh boy, the little Ghostbuster.
I didn't even realize. Yep.
Arkanist Evaluator, hazardous overcharge into the Terminators.
On 2s.
3 wounds done, 1 dead Terminator.
I don't know, 1, 2, or 3. I'm going to take 3
Whoa.
mortals.
Oh,
He's
he
going to
does.
take 3 mortal wounds. And then it is now the Land Fortress. We're going to start with its big damage guns, the SP Heavy Conversion Beamer.
Hekaton now firing conversion beamer into Terminators. 1 lethal hit, kills 1. Autocannon sustained 4 wounds, 2 more damage. Bolt cannons kill the injured Terminator. Ooh, that's a lot of firepower.
I was not prepared for him to kill 3 Terminators in that turn. I was hopeful maybe he'd pick off 1 or 2, but what are you gonna do?
It was a bit of a short turn, wouldn't you say?
No charges, no fights. Bring It Down is held onto. An overwhelming force is discarded for a command point.
My turn. This is exciting. I go up to 2 command points.
I am going to go up to 3.
Overwhelming force and recover assets are drawn. Steve's spending a command point on new orders. He's going to pull extend battle lines instead.
Steve's cycling one of his objectives already. That makes total sense. He's got extend battle lines and overwhelming force. I've got multiple units on objectives. This could be a very big turn for him.
Sagitaur is Oath, and 1 more yield point for the Votan, up to 2.
At the beginning of my movement phase,
Steve is choosing aggressive push, meaning extra bonuses for all the Deathwing infantry on the objectives that he doesn't own, which is basically everything but his home.
I'm going to advance with this unit of Blade Guard veterans, the big one. Yeah. They're going to go 10 whole inches in total, right up behind this piece of terrain.
Terminators moving towards the center objective.
Ooh, that's an interesting move.
I'm moving it forward to pop some shots out towards that infantry, and I'm also trying to put it out there like a lightning rod. Attack the Dreadnought. It's tough to kill. It's got damage reduction. Leave the Blade Guard veterans alone, JT. That's exactly what I want right now.
Inner Circle with Judiciar moving up towards the Kapricus on that top objective.
So I'm going to Overwatch
Yeah.
with my Sagitaur into your Inner Circle companions.
I love it.
And see if I can't hurt them a little bit here.
Command point overwatching, no effect. Oh, well, we had the command points to spend. That's unfortunate. Blade Guard advancing into the ruins near Steve's home objective. Drop pod descends on the left side of the battlefield near the top objective, and out pop 10 intercessors in Azrael.
Azrael and his boys come down, and they're gonna make it rain. Blah, blah.
Well, I kept him at the far end of the table, but I'm concerned what 40 bolters are about to do.
I'm gonna shoot them into the Sagitaur.
Intercessors into Sagitaur, crack grenades, take out a couple of wounds.
Sagitaur on 7 wounds. All right, if you insist on picking up all 40 at once,
Yes.
I will not help you. I'm
That's
going
fine.
to watch your hand struggle with 40 dice and laugh the entire time as I get prepared to pick up my Sagitaur.
Bolt rifles, that's 45 hits. Sagitaur is down to the wound. Chthonian Berserks are out. No casualties, but of course, their transport blowed up. They are battle shocked.
We destroy that Sagitaur. Get it out of here. The Dreadnought is going to shoot all of its weapons into the Thunderkyn.
Sure.
Redemptor Dreadnought firing everything into the Thunderkyn. Plasma kills one Thunderkyn. No Stormbolter. Missile pod saved. Everything else ineffective. Ooh, got out of that lucky.
I will shoot the Terminators into that exact same squad.
Overcharged plasma from the Terminator.
B3 goes down to 2. No!
I kill a guy.
Kill another dude.
Hazardous fails, kills the Terminator. But it does take out a Thunderkyn.
I have the Vengeance Flare ability here.
2 command points for Vengeance Flare. With 2 yield points, the Hekaton gets to fire back at that unit because they fired at an infantry unit within 6. Conversion Beamer saved, bolt cannons doing the work, down to just the captain. Wowie, wow, wow.
Charges. The Terminator Captain is going to charge the Ghostbuster.
Arkanist Evaluator, come at me, bro.
I need a 7.
Terminator Captain trying to charge the Arkanist.
I'm re-rolling it for CP.
Command reroll needs a 7.
Command reroll needs the 7, and I can't use his base ability because I'm not leading a unit anymore.
Vengeance Flare was clutch. Oh no! The 3 to 1 club, baby. That's brutal. I know exactly how this feels, but I can't lie. I'm kind of okay with it.
All right, so what's the charge for the Inner Circle Companions into your
Well, you were
Berserkers?
6 to the front. I think it's long. I think you can make this, though.
Inner Circle Companions with a big charge into the Berserks. They fail. Steve does get overwhelming force for 3, and he's kept extend battle lines. It's on to turn 2 with a score of 3-0 for Steve.
I'm not thrilled about how turn 1 went, and I need JT's turn to not go well.
Both players tick up a command point, bring it down, and display of might now for Votan. 4 yield points gained. Hostile acquisition is still where we're at. Thunderkyn passed their battle shock. Command point on the Arkanist to make sure he passes battle shock. That guarantees an extra 5 primary points. 3 victory points for holding the home objective, and 10 for holding 2 objectives in no man's land. 13 primary.
And away we go onto my movement phase.
Yaergirs staying put in the ruins. Arkanist Evaluator moving up towards the Redemptor Dread, trying to bait that Overwatch.
If I roll the Hekaton up to here,
Hekaton now rolls up onto the center objective.
I'm still outside 12, but over the objective.
Thunderkyn moves outside of 12 of the Captain and Terminator armor, but still wholly within 6 of the Hekaton land fortress.
Kapricus Carrier. Boom. The Steeljacks are going to pop out.
Ironkin Steeljacks now disembarked from the Hekaton with the attached Memnyr Strategist. Buri Aegnirssen advances, hops into the Hekaton.
So I'm just going to tuck to there and then tuck to here.
Cthonian Earthshakers shuffle a little on the home objective. Cthonian Berserks moving towards that top objective, not touching it.
I think I've moved everybody I want to move. So I think it's time to bring in some reserves.
From reserves come the Hearthguard with the fists and the Einhyr champion to confront the intercessors at Azrael.
Both squads of Terminators are coming in. One of them's got a bit of a bonus. I'm hopeful that my Justiciars unit will be able to fend off the Berserkers, that Azrael and the Intercessors are going to live against the Terminators. If I lose all these units right here, I am done. The game is over. We can shake hands and go get pizza.
Hearthguard with Plasma Blades and Kahl drop at the bottom of the map, going after the Blade Guard with the Ancient, trying to protect as much as I can here and keep Steve hemmed in.
Let's start with the shoe sting, shall we?
I love it.
Thunderkyn now firing into the Terminator Captain.
There's a Terminator Captain in my face. If I can get rid of him, I think I'm going to be happy.
Oh my, 6 damage. Oh my, he's down.
Kapricus Carrier now. So we're going to go with the Yaergirs are going to fire the APM launcher into the Dread, and then we're going to fire all the bolt revolvers and the autocannons all into the Blade Guard.
APM launcher into the Dreadnought misses. Bolt revolvers do a damage to the Blade Guard. Arkanist decides not to shoot. After all, he's still kind of on fire from the last time he fired.
So Cthonian Earthshaker firing the Breacher Ordnance. I only have 1 that's in range because this guy's out of range.
Chthonian Earthshaker firing Breacher Ordnance to the Blade Guard with Ancient, completely miss.
So we're actually going to fire into the Intercessors.
Berserks now into the Intercessors with Mole Grenade Launcher. No damage, but until the next shooting phase, Intercessors cannot overwatch. Hearthguard with Einhyr firing to the drop pod. Autarch Powder Bolter, nothing.
So 8 shots with the plasma because we're in rapid fire.
Plasma takes down the drop pod. It explodes. There's a mortal wound splashed about to everybody nearby. That would be the infiltrators, the intercessors, and the inner circle companions.
Damn the drop pod.
Plasmas again into the Blade Guard, as well as the grenade launchers.
Hearthguard with Kahl now, firing in the Blade Guard Ancient. 5 lethal hits, 3 normal wounds, but only 1 dead Blade Guard. Plasma saved, Volkite fails to wound. Whew, saves are on point for Steve.
Hekaton's gonna dump everything into ye old Dreadnought.
Hekaton Land Fortress now, everything into the Redemptor Dread. Takes it down to 7 wounds left.
Can Steeljacks take you down?
Memnyr Strategist does not wound the Dreadnought, but the Ironkin Steeljacks fire. 1 save, 2 devastating wounds. All that happens is Redemptor at 5 wounds left.
All right, sir. I think it's charge clock.
Hearthguard and Kahl now needing the built-in reroll from hostile acquisition to reach with the charge, but they're into the Blade Guard with the Ancient.
9 inches to Azrael, but it's 8 because I'm +1 on my charge.
Hearthguard and Einhyr Champ now 11 inches into the Intercessors at Azrael. Einhyr Champ, 2 mortals on the charge.
And the Berserks are a short charge. You know what? What the hell? Oh, they're gonna fail! But I can reroll it. The hostile acquisition, 6. Oh, I think that's exactly what I needed.
Fight phase.
Fight phase. You get to fight first.
I do.
Because
So
you're the Judiciary.
Judiciaris unit fights first. I need to kill those Berserkers right here, right now.
Sweep attack with sustained 2, 7 wounds. Oh, feel no pains or 4-ups. Only 2 down. Judiciar next, 3 more dead. There goes the squad. 2 of the models will fight on death. They kill the wounded companion only. Ouch.
Oh my goodness, I am so excited about this. I killed the Berserkers. The Judiciar has done his job.
Well, let's have some fun over on this side of the board, I guess.
Hearthguard and Einhyr Champion now into the Intercessors with Azrael. Command point here, Armor of Contempt.
I'm pouring so many attacks into them. I think I can do enough damage here that I can at least hurt them to the point where they can't hurt me back. 3s.
But I'm not.
And I only wound you once.
Excellent. I lose a dude.
Wow, only 2 dead Intercessors. That was a brutal attack and some great saves.
Oh my gosh. Astro's unit lost like 2 guys.
Over here now, we're gonna have some more fun. These guys have the plasma blades.
Hearthguard and Kahl into the Blade Guard with the Ancient. Blade Guard are re-rolling ones and saves at the start of the fight phase, so they should weather this fairly well, but there's a lot of attacks. 8 wounds, and only 1 Blade Guard veteran down. Grabhammer saved. Kahl does nothing. What is happening here?
That could have gone way better for you.
Yep.
That did not go anywhere near as good as I thought it was gonna go for you. You have nothing else now, I just get to do this.
Blade Guard Ancient is going to use his once per game ability. They're all gonna get an extra attack.
If I can actually clap back and do a bunch of damage here, I could be set up for a clean sweep next turn, and this game could be locked up and over. On 3s.
So 2 AP2s is gonna be 4-ups. And I'm gonna fail both.
I killed 2 of them.
Ancient, no effect. Intercessors and Azrael.
It's hilarious.
2-ups. I'm good.
Power weapon time.
You kill 1.
Oh yeah, the sergeant with the power sword.
Power sword.
The sword of secret.
I know what his secret is.
Oh, and he can't hit anything on 3s.
So 5 up. Nope.
No, I killed a guy. 2.
Kills another one.
Kills another guy. I didn't do anything. Oh. Huh. Bit of a slap fight.
That was the most horrendously bad fight phase from 2 players. I honestly think we should call the game here and just have an adult beverage and commiserate.
4 victory points for Bring It Down and 4 for Display of Might is 8 points secondary, 13 primary, 21-3 into Steve's turn 2. One command point for the Votan, 2 for the Dark Angels thanks to Azrael. Extend battle lines added to Bring It Down. Oath of Moment on the Ironkin Steeljacks. Redemptor passes Battle Shock, 3 victory points for holding his home objective, and 5 for holding one in No Man's Land, takes Steve to 11.
So then we'll go on to movement.
Infiltrator shuffling forward a bit.
I think I gotta start putting pressure on the middle. I also gotta make sure I don't get overwatched with like the super overwatch that he can do with those brand new robots. I'm gonna try and lift them with shooting off the Dreadnought, and then I'm gonna charge in and rip apart that little scout bus thing that he has. Okay, and then I'm gonna get to the end of my movement phase. I'm gonna put my...
Inceptors dropping down into the bottom right corner.
Yeah, let's just, we'll just kick into shooting. The Inceptor unit is gonna shoot into your Yaergirs.
Interceptors fire to the bottom unit Yaergirs. Oh, make a save, man. The squad is gone.
Okay, so I can't make a 5-up. Yaergirs are dead. Inceptors are in the corner. This is an issue.
My Blade Guard vets are gonna shoot their heavy bolt pistols into your Terminator like.
Blade Guards fail the wound with the pistols.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shots from the regular bolt pistols on the Intercessors and Azrael into your other Terminator-like unit.
Intercessors with pistols into Hearthguard, no damage.
The Dreadnought is gonna overcharge his plasma.
Yeah, he is.
And I'm gonna shoot everything into the Oathed unit of robots in the middle.
Redemptor firing into the Steeljacks. Plasma kills 1 Ironkin. Rocket pods kill 1 more. Rest of the Dread weapons, no damage. But 2 Ironkin are down.
Blarg. So, end of your shooting phase, I'm gonna spend my command point.
Command point spend at the end of the shooting phase. Buri Aegnirssen will disembark within 6 inches of the Hekaton, hiding in behind the Kapricus, daring the Dreadnought to get too close.
Charges. The Dreadnought's gonna charge your little hover thing.
Redemptor Dreadnought charging the Kapricus Carrier successfully.
Inner Circle Companions are gonna charge your Terminator-like unit.
Inner Circle Companions barely make it to the Hearthguard. Oh, it's a perfect charge. If he manages to wipe them, and that's a tall order, he will be able to consolidate back to the objective.
So we go to the fight phase.
Blade Guard are going to choose to reroll 1s to their save rolls.
If Azrael plus the Justiciar's companion unit and these Blade Guard clean up all the Hearthguard, I am in the money. I'm so excited. So let's see what happens.
Inner Circle Companions fighting at the Hearthguard. Champion with strikes, also getting +1 a hit because of the extra character. All of the buffs. Oh, Hearthguard, 2 are down.
Justiciar goes?
Yippers.
Deuce. Oh boy.
Oh my.
Oh my God. I am so ecstatic right now.
Did he just really roll trip 6s?
And the Einhyr champion is gone.
Justiciar just, boom, lops his head right off. Oh, you're short, JT, and you just got a whole lot shorter. It's another short joke, because they're space dwarves. Huh? Everyone? Get it?
They do get to consolidate back onto the objective. Oh, that was weird.
The Dreadnought. Feeling good.
Redemptor Dread now, 12 damage to the Kapricus.
Just picks it up and rips it in half, shaking the scouts out of it.
Yaergirs disembark from the destroyed carrier. No explosion, 1 Yaergir dies though. Redemptor not consolidating. Oh, Buri Aegnirssen is strength 12.
Punch your Blade Guard in the face. I've got 3 dudes.
Hearthguard with Kahl fighting the Blade Guard Ancient. 1 Blade Guard dead.
And they fight you back on 3s.
1 Hearthguard dead in the clapback. This is like the biggest pillow fight I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't know what's
This is
going on.
horrible.
Okay, that's the end of my turn.
Steve gets 4 and bring it down to 4 for extend battle lines. Takes him to 19. He's down by 2 as we head to turn 3.
New turn. Who dis? Command point. I'm at 1.
I go to 3.
Storm hostile and no prisoners are pulled. Up to 7 yield points now. Now in fortified takeover. That means I'm gonna get bonuses to hit if I'm shooting from objectives I hold, and I'm going to get -1 to be wounded if you're higher strength than my toughness. Arkanist passes Battle Shock. Thunderkyn passes as well. 3 victory points for holding the home objective and 5 for holding another. That's 8.
My Earthshakers.
Earthshakers moving up, trying to get some range for the Breacher Ordnance. Buri Aegnirssen moving towards the Redemptor. Remaining Yaergirs move up as well. Memnyr Strategist and Ironkin Steeljacks slide out of the way.
Hekaton Land Fortress is going to roll up.
Right downtown.
Hekaton rolls onto the objective.
Well,
And then I overwatch with the Redemptor Dreadnought into the Thunderkyn.
Tries to overwatch, fails to hit.
I'm actually going to fall back my Hearthguard.
Like so.
Arkanist Evaluator moves up to gain sight on the Blade Guard.
I think I'm timed to shoost you. Firing into your Blade Guard that I just fell back from.
I love it.
2d6. Twice per battle I can reroll wounds, so if I hit you, I can reroll wounds.
3 wounds made, 2 damage to 1 model.
Spending 1 command point now on Inexorable Efficiency. I am going to spend that command point to allow my Hearthguard unit that just fell back from your Blade Guards to still be able to shoot. Now the Hearthguard that fell back from you, shooting into the same target. 2d3 shots from the grenade launchers is 5. 1, 2, 3s, 5s.
Good.
And then the plasma.
1 model down and 1 model left with a wound.
It's Jaeger time.
Yaergirs split fire. The APM goes into the Redemptor, and the pistols go into the Blade Guard.
4 pistols in the Blade Guard. 3, nothing. APM. Buri Aegnirssen into the Blade Guard. Yeah, baby.
Buri Aegnirssen shoots the Blade Guard with his pistol, takes him out.
So Thunderkyn boy, 2 attacks, hitting you on 4s.
Thunderkyn now in the Blade Guard in Steve's deployment zone, kills one of the models.
Memnyr Strategist and Ironkin are going to fire into Dread.
Memnyr Strategist shoots the Redemptor, no wounds. Ironkin brings the Redemptor down to 4. Arkanist Evaluator firing into the Blade Guard Ancient. 1 yield point to gain sustained hits 1. Supercharging the weapon just with the second overcharge, not the full one. Ancient takes 2. Evaluator passes his hazardous roll.
We're going to do some split fire to victory.
Hekaton Land Fortress now. Conversion Beamer and autocannon into the Dread. Bolt cannons into the Ancient.
So bolt cannons into the Ancient, 6 shots, 2. Because a Panspectral Scanner, so I hit you twice. Wound you twice, AP 1 to each.
Ancient is gunned down. Beamer brings the Dreadnought to a wound.
And that is for the Mater autocannon with sustained hits, 4, 5, 6 shots. Here we go. Sustained hits 1, winning you on 5s. 1 for 2.
Autocannon finishes it off. Holy ones rolled for saves, man.
I am going to charge your infiltrators with Buri Aegnirssen. I need an 8.
Buri Aegnirssen tries to charge the infiltrators, fails.
All right, sir. I don't think I have any other charges to make.
No fights, but 5 on no prisoners and discarding Storm Hostile Objective. That's gonna put Votan at a command point at the end of the turn, but at 34 total points to 19 for Steve's Dark Angels. Command points for Steve to go up to 4, and 1 more for the Votan to go to 2. Steve falls behind enemy lines and established locus. Command point New Orders takes behind enemy lines away and gives him sabotage. Hearthguard and Kahl are still oathed. 3 victory points for holding his home objective, and 5 for holding one other. 27-34 in favor of the Votan.
Alrighty, so here we go.
Inceptors move to the bottom right.
Really hopeful that I'm going to be able to clamber into the middle of the board and wrestle things away from JT. I need to get Azrael and his intercessors into the middle of the table. I really badly need to kill this Hekaton.
Inner circle moving towards the middle, staying on their objective.
I'm also going to move the infiltrators. In my shooting phase, the Inceptors will sabotage in this piece of terrain right here.
Steve's gonna spend a command point here on Grenade. Hekaton takes 4 mortal wounds, down to 12 left.
I will go to the charge phase.
Charge phase now, Azrael and the Intercessors charging Buri Aegnirssen.
In we go. With a 10, we are in, boys. Never. I need a 9 to hit the Hekaton with my Inner Circle Companions, and I'm going to do it. I'm ready. No.
Inner Circle Companions, even with the command point, fail to reach the Hekaton. Blade Guard at the bottom of the map, charging the Hearthguard and Kahl.
Big 8, here we go.
Whoopsie doodles. Oh, 5, just need 3, just need 3, just need 3! Yeah, baby! Going to the fight phase. Azrael is in, and also the Blade Guard vets are in. And I'm really struggling on which one's gonna go first.
If he picks up Buri, I think I can pick up his Blade Guard If he picks up a Blade Guard, I can precision out Azrael. It's a tough choice for him to make here, and I don't envy it.
Fight phase now. Blade Guard vets, reroll ones to save.
I'm gonna go with the Blade Guard veterans first. I'm gonna make you do it if you're gonna do it.
Yep.
So he's gonna spend a command point for martial accuracy. He's gonna get reroll ones to wound. Takes out one of the Hearthguard. That's it.
I am absolutely going to go on the counteroffensive here with Buri Aegnirssen, and I'm going to attempt to precision out Azrael.
2 command points on counteroffensive with Buri Aegnirssen. Precision on Azrael takes him out. No more sustained hits for them, and no more Deathwing keyword. Taking out Azrael was kind of big.
Never trust in the 4-up invulnerable saves. I've learned that lesson today. So the Power Sword.
2 4-ups, make them both. Could be nothing, so 2 3-ups. Make them both. On the other side of the board, we're already tucked in. I'm gonna go with Hammer Boy first.
Hearthguard fight back the Blade Guard. They survive. Kahl is also saves his wounds, so that slap fight continues. However, Azrael is gone. Sabotage is ongoing for Steve. Behind enemy lines is discarded, but no command points as Azrael gave him 2.
Well, JT.
Well, Mr. Steve, what an interesting conundrum we have.
Start of turn 4 now. It is 34-27. That means Steve will be drawing a challenger card on his turn. Defense Stronghold and behind enemy lines are pulled. Memnyr Strategist giving an extra yield point to go up to 8, and 2 more yield points to go to 10, keeping the Votan in Fortified Takeover. The Arkanist passes Battleshock. Thunderkyn passes. Hearthguard passes. 3 victory points for holding the home objective, and 5 for No Man's Land is another 8, up to 42 points.
So the
Arkanist into Steve's deployment zone. That'll score behind enemy lines.
Yaergirs.
Steeljack shifts around, as does the strategist attached.
And then I'm going to do the same thing with my Thunderkyn.
Hearthguard falling back again.
So what I might do is just shimmy the Hekaton, so I'm about a ½ inch from the wall. I don't want you to be able to just charge me through the wall. Shooting time.
Earthshaker using his Geomantic Hunters to reroll wounds one more time into the Intercessors. Completely misses.
Hold on. You're on an objective I control. I'm +1 to hit. I still miss completely.
I'm glad you used that twice per game ability.
Right? Broker Thunderkyn could shoot downtown, not gonna. Broker Thunderkyn gonna shoot Blade Guard.
Thunderkyn firing, kill the Blade Guard vets.
Oof, got him. I have an APM launcher, which I'm gonna throw at the Intercessor Infiltrators.
Yaergirs into the Infiltrators. Command point for smoke.
So 3 pistols into your Infiltrators. It's strength 5. I'm gonna wound you once at no AP. Good to go. The Ironkin. So, but you smoked. 1, 2, 3.
Steeljack kills an Infiltrator. Memnyr Strategist fails to do anything to the Infiltrators.
Mighty Hekaton Land Fort, do your work.
Hekaton now into the Infiltrators.
So let's do the big gun first. They are smoked. 5 Zen with lethal hits. Rerolling the 1 for the Panspectral Scanner. 2 hits.
And it dies.
Okay.
All the guns fire. 1 dead Infiltrator.
So we are going to charge into the Infiltrators now with the Yaergirs.
Yaergirs attempt to charge the Infiltrators. Fail.
So I just fight you?
Intercessors, no damage to Buri Aegnirssen.
Buri Aegnirssen clapping back, hitting you on 2s.
Buri going with the strike and kills 4 Intercessors. 3 points on behind enemy lines for JT's Votan. Steve does score 3 for Sabotage. Defense Stronghold ongoing. It's 45-30. Opportunistic strike, so chaos is drawn for the challenger card. Storm hostile objective and assassinate are the secondaries. Hearthguard are still the oath target. Yield points up to 11 for Votan. Intercessors pass their battle shock. Steve does score 3 victory points for holding his home objective and 5 for holding one other. He's up to 38.
This squad's just gonna jump up here.
Bye-bye.
Infiltrators move towards the Arkanist.
I'm gonna Overwatch with the Hekaton Line Fortress.
Sounds good.
That's gonna cost me a command point. Here we go. With the bolt cannons. And these are strength 6 twin links.
On 3s. Ooh, ouch.
And they are wiped out. Oh no! That is another scoring piece gone.
So, shooting.
Inceptor's firing into the Hearthguard now. Kills the unit and the Kahl.
He just blowed up my Terminators. Poor Hearthguard, poor Kahl. It's been great. Thanks for hanging out, bro.
So I get 9 points for killing that unit.
You do.
So then I'm gonna spend a command point.
Inner Circle Companions spending a command point, grenading, dealing a mortal wound.
After that, charges.
Inner Circle multi-charge into the Hekaton and Buri Aegnirssen.
With a 4.
Oof.
We're just gonna try and kill this character to make life easier-ish.
Judiciar dealing 2 wounds to Buri Aegnirssen, bringing him down to 3 wounds left. Inner Circle failed to do anything to him.
I'll fight back with Buri Aegnirssen.
Buri Aegnirssen kills out the remaining intercessors. 3 points scored for Defend Stronghold. Steve scores Storm Hostile Objective and Assassination for 5. That is a 9-point secondary turn, taking him to 23. But Opportunistic Strike So Chaos is failed. No bonus points from the challenger. That puts Steve to 47 to JT's 48. This is a 1-point game into the last round. Getting a command point going up to 2, and Dark Angel Steve up to 1. Assassinate and Secure No Man's Land are pulled. 1 command point on new orders, getting Established Locus instead of Secure No Man's Land. 13 yield points for the Votan. Thunderkyn fails Battle Shock, and the Arkanist fails Battle Shock. That means its Yaergirs are going to have to do the Established Locus. 3 victory points for holding the home objective, and 5 for holding another. That puts me to 37 on the primary. Yaergirs move forward, and the Arcanists move forward just to get shots. Yaergirs will establish Locus.
All right, so we are going to begin with firing at you with a Hekaton. I'm minus what to hit you because we're in combat, so I'm hitting you on 5s now. However, I'm still rerolling 1s to hit.
Hekaton firing into the Inner Circle and Judiciar here. Oh, Inner Circle Companions are down, and Hekaton pounds the Judiciar into the ground. Wowie, wow, wow. Bolt cannons for the win. No charges, no fights, just 1 unit left on the board for Steve. That's 5 victory points for Assassinate, 4 victory points for Establish Locus. That's going to be 28, 37, 65 points for the Votan at present.
Depending on what your secondaries
Depending on what
are.
my secondaries are, let's see what those are right now. Attempting target and area denial. No.
Yeah, neither one. Even if you cycled one.
No, it's not happening.
Even cycling that out, there's just no way. It's only going to be a 3-point primary, and that is where it's going to end, folks. 75 to 60 is going to be your final.
So it's actually a pretty snug game.
Very much so, yeah. Very much
Just
so.
a snug game.
The slap fights were ridiculous.
Yes.
I should have punched you way harder,
Yes.
and you should have picked me up way sooner.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Neither do I. And then one lone Thunder Buddy doing the Lord's work, MVP far and away. Dude, that was so much fun. Thank you, Steve.
Man.
Thank you for walking
Good
me
game,
through the new
dude.
Votan Codex.
Absolutely.
What a game! How incredibly close was that? What a fantastically fun new Codex, and what a great match, gentlemen, right down to the final turn.
That was incredibly close and incredibly tight.
I had a fantastic game against JT. I'll play JT any day, anytime.
I think we played a really solid game, though, and showed what this Votan Codex can do.
I have had so much fun testing out this new Codex. JT and I learned a whole lot.
We barely scratched the surface. I cannot wait to get more games in with it. I hope you're going to tune in for them. It's going to be fun.
Thank you so much for helping us all keep the lights on here at Play on Tabletop. This is Space Marine Steve, signing right out.
Oh boy, new Space Dwarves are in the house, and I couldn't be happier. Special thanks again to this episode's sponsor, Adept Roll, and their 40K Math Hammer app. Make sure to check them out wherever you get your apps from today. And of course, a great big thank you to you for watching. If you like what we do, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. If you really like what we do, please consider supporting us through YouTube membership or Patreon. You'll get exclusive releases as well as behind-the-scenes interviews, early access to most of our shows, and access to our Discord, the most happening 40K community around. Well, that's it from all of us here at the Play On Studios. On behalf of them, it's me, JT the Voice, saying, until the next time you see us in the far-flung future of a grimdark universe, play on!
It's twice
per game if you're using Breacher Shells.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Geomantic Hunters it's called.
How complicated can it get?
Oh my
This
gosh.
rule is twice per game.
And then the other one is once per 2 games, and then you have to divide it by pi.
Great.
Yeah, and the number of yield points you spend.
Now, over
Okay.
the course of a 5-game tournament,
You get to use it
yes,
7 times.
That's perfect. Yeah.
If it's a 6-round tournament, the math goes out the window.
Out the window.
Boom, space doors. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy, diggy hole. Diggy, diggy hole. Man, I just love that song. Rock and stone. Diggy, diggy hole. Diggy, diggy hole.